sure that you're in focus. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. My name is Maria, or it's MJ here on YouTube. So in today's video we have a controversial topic. No, I'm kidding, not a controversial topic, but we will be discussing stuff that I personally, moi, will never repurchase again. I either have decluttered them or I just will never repurchase them again for X and Y reason. And to make this video a little bit more fun, I have also given an option of perfumes that I think are better than the perfumes that I would never repurchase. Also, if you're new here and it's your first time stumbling across my channel, I talk about fragrances a whole lot and a little bit of something different from here and there, but we do discuss a lot of fragrances on this channel. And I like to keep things spicy. With that being said, let's get on to today's video. So the first perfume that I have here on my list is Prada Candy. This is a perfume. I got a sample a while back and I remember that I treasured that sample like no other. Like, I love that perfume. It was so good, and I remember that it smelled mature. It was different than what I was used to or whatever. And once I started, you know, buying more perfumes, I finally got a bottle and I was like, oh, like, this is not what I remember Prada Candy being like. And Prada Candy is known to be like a super sweet perfume, even though I personally don't find it overly sweet or tooth rotting sweet. I find it sweet, yes, but not too sweet. I would always hear it mentioned in top gourmand list videos and stuff, and it's been described as this rich caramel and yada 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 yada. Now what I get from Prada Candy, it's not rich per se, it's just like a powdery sugar. But when I finally bought a bottle of it, yes, I got that like soft powdery sugar, you know, but once it developed on my skin, I would get like a waxy aspect that I never really heard talked about, and I personally never experienced in the sample that I treasured, you know, years ago. So I kept wearing it and I kept trying it, but I was just not getting with it, and I ended up decluttering it. Like, it would just not make me nauseous, but the waxy aspect of it would bother me. It smelled like, you know, like those type of perfumes that are like waxy makeup and stuff, so I was not with it. Now for a while I had heard that Kenzo Flower Elixir was a good option to Prada Candy, because Prada Candy also has like horrible performance. It's not one that really lasted long. I remember that I would always have to respray my sample and stuff, and even the bottle I would always have to respray it as well. So it doesn't really project as much. It's more of a close encounter, you know, when people like hug you and stuff, whatever. So I always heard that Kenzo Flower Elixir is a way better option and a dupe per se. Another thing that I want to mention is in this video I'm not really talking about dupes per se, I'm just talking about alternatives. So it either has like a similar scent profile, I get the same vibe, same feels, it kind of smells similar, but they're not dupes or replicas or clones by any means. But this one, Kenzo Flower Elixir, I got it because I really enjoy the scent profile of Prada Candy, and I wanted a soft sugar, like powder sugar perfume in my collection, and Prada Candy was the only one that I knew. I love it. I'm here to say that yes, it definitely does have the same scent profile like Prada Candy. It's very similar. It has notes of like bourbon vanilla, praline, it has those powdery notes, it has raspberry, mandarin orange, I believe. So it's a little bit fruity in the opening, but once it just warms up with your skin, it has that powdery sugar aspect, and it's really nice. And I find this one super sexy actually. I have mentioned in one of my videos that it's a close encounter perfume for me. It's really good, and I layer this on top of like pretty much anything. Like today I'm wearing Delina and I just put it like right here because I really liked like the powdery soft aspect. So when people go in for like a kiss, they can smell like powdered sugar basically, like around my neck and stuff. So I really like this, and well, not really like it, like I'm in love with that perfume. So that to me is an alternative to Prada Candy. All right, so the next perfume that I have on this list that I would never repurchase is Dolce Gabbana D1. This is I really wanted this perfume for quite a while. Well, most of these perfumes I wanted for quite a while, and this is a perfume that doesn't really get talked about in a bad aspect. A lot of people actually really enjoy it, but it would annoy me. It was very overwhelming for me. I did overspray it, and if you have watched my spraying routine, you know that I spray a lot, and I did overspray it, but there was a very screechy peach tone in there that I was not a fan of. And it was tart as well. I believe it had like rhubarb or something, but it's a tart fragrance, and I was very surprised because I actually really enjoy tart perfumes. Yeah, there you go. It's lychee. It's lychee, bergamot. I love bergamot, and it had that peach. So the combination of those notes was just really screechy for me and very powerful. And I will say this is one of my most complimented perfumes. Like, I wore it and I got like 2 compliments in that one same day. It has amazing performance. It's pretty affordable as well, so you get great bang for your buck. And I still think it's a great perfume. Like, I would even say that it's somewhere similar around like the Delina range, like that fruity floral that's tart and just very feminine and pretty, so around that range. So but for me it just didn't work, so I would never repurchase. An option that I have for me personally is one that I ran through the bottle. I love it so much, and I have recommended it a couple of times, and I even gifted it to my friend Bex or Rebecca Collazo here on YouTube, and it's Signorina Miele, and that is a cologne from the company called Fragrenza for Miss Dior Cherie, and that's the one that has like strawberry and popcorn as a note. And you would think that it's like a gourmand perfume, but no, it's the similar aspect or similar vibe to a Delina. It's also like a fruity floral, and it also has that tardiness, but this one has like a juicy aspect. Super seductive, super feminine, and very womanly. Like, I love this perfume. Like I said, I ran completely through the bottle, and now I'm planning to purchase another one because I really definitely do like it. And I noticed that a lot of men also really like it. All right, so the next perfume that I have on this list is Womanity. This is from Mugler, and I was super intrigued by this perfume for quite a while. I love the brand Thierry Mugler, or now known as Mugler. The notes were notes that I was just scared of. I was just intrigued, and my curiosity got the best of me. And it's actually surprisingly liked by certain people that have a similar taste to me. And I like a little bit of a challenge. And I like certain perfumes that are different but still likable at the same time. So similar to, like, for example, Flora Botanica. That's a great one. It's unique but still very wearable for an everyday basis as a signature scent, etc. So I was hoping that it would be something similar to that. It has notes of fig and caviar, fig tree, fig leaf. Very different. I expected it to be a little bit salty, and the caviar is what intrigued me the most. Did not like it. I actually found it sweet, and it didn't smell like fish, like I said, but it did have like a dirty, beachy aspect to it. It smelled like you had salty beach water, you dipped the fish in there and you took out the fish, and it had like, you know, like it smelled like beach water. And I don't care what anyone says, I'm very familiar with how the beach smells, and I'm very familiar with how the beach smells when we're not supposed to be swimming in the beach, because I live in Miami, Florida, literally minutes away from the beach. So I'm familiar with how the beach smells, and that's what that gave me. But it was sweet, and that was one that I just did not feel comfortable wearing. So an alternative for me personally for like a beachy yet sweet perfume would be Olympia. This is one that I don't have, and I thought about, you know, getting it and not getting it back and forth, because Olympia Intense is a perfume that's very decadent, very rich, and makes me nauseous. So just anything similar to that scent profile just drives me insane. But I have smelled Olympia, and I think it smells amazing on other people, and I think it smells amazing on me. But that's the reason why I go back and forth with it. But if you want like a sexy, sweet, but also salty, beachy perfume, I think Olympia is a great alternative to Womanity. All right, the next perfume that I would never repurchase is Burberry Her Intense. Yeah, I was not with it. I think it's very similar to Burberry Her, but the Intense version was more like richer, I guess you could say, but it still was airy at the same time. It just was sweeter, but I did not like it because it literally smelled like cough syrup to me, like straight up NyQuil. Like, I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. I didn't find it pretty, feminine, sexy, like none of those adjectives. I didn't like it. It smelled like straight up medicine to me. An alternative to that is, of course, Burberry Her. I think they have very similar scent profiles. Burberry Her is like a strawberry musk. The strawberry in Burberry Her is like synthetic smelling, and I really enjoyed it. It never bothered me, but Burberry Her is actually one that I'm not gonna lie, I did declutter because I noticed I wasn't really wearing it anymore, and I was gravitating towards other perfumes that not necessarily smelled similar to Burberry Her. But like Burberry Her for me, for example, was like a pretty, just easy grab and go, kind of refreshing, light. Like I want to wear perfume, but I also don't want to wear perfume, you know what I mean? So I had other perfumes that I prefer over Burberry Her. So in this case, an alternative to me for Burberry Her to give me the same mood was Amethyst. I love Amethyst. It's a very light tea-like fragrance. But if I were to choose between Burberry Her and Burberry Her Intense, I would definitely 100% pick Burberry Her. Wow, that was a long one. The next one that I would never repurchase is Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. This is one that I got a little bit of hate because I'm not a fan of it. I know that it's very popular and very much liked. And till this day, honestly, I do find it sexy. I think it can smell sexy on someone else, and I'll say why I think so now. But it was one that it was very patchouli heavy. It was sweet. I actually got like a grapey aspect to Jimmy Choo that I don't really hear talked about, but the patchouli in it was very nauseating to me. It would turn too dirty, too earthy for me. Like it started smelling like the typical BO that patchouli can give off, and that was a perfume that made me realize I can't stand patchouli, or I thought made me realize I can't stand patchouli. Now currently I actually do like patchouli. I think that it actually adds a little bit of a sexiness and a little bit of an earthiness, and it adds that womanly quality to a perfume, but it has to be blended with certain specific notes, and in that one it was just not it by me. And an alternative to me personally, this is a perfume that I actually really want, is Roberto Cavalli Florence. I got a sample from Amber Chantel, like that's not her name, but you know, Amber. And I really liked it. She sent me a bunch of samples, and this is one of the top samples that I really enjoyed. This is also like a patchouli heavy fragrance. It immediately reminded me of Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. Like I said, not saying that I'm here to tell you guys dupes or whatever, but it did definitely give me the same vibe, and it is patchouli heavy as well. So this one has notes of black currant, mandarin orange, patchouli, amber musk. I actually find this one sexier and more womanly, and I don't know if you can see, but this one is not like decadent as rich as or gourmand leaning as Jimmy Choo. I know Jimmy Choo has a toffee note, and I have noticed that I'm not the biggest fan of patchouli mixed in with rich, like decadent gourmand notes, and this one has like some florals, and it has black currant, which is tart, and mandarin orange, which is also another tart fruit. That kind of balances out the patchouli, but it's still patchouli heavy, and it is sweet. And I find this like so like sexy, this perfume, Roberto Cavalli Florence. So for me, this is a great alternative to Jimmy Choo if I want like a heavy patchouli sexy fragrance, and it's like date night appropriate. I feel that is pretty much it. Those are 5 perfumes that I would never repurchase again. And if you guys are not subscribed already, like I said, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot, especially if you keep coming back. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm a lot more active over there than I am here. And as always, I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful and blessed day, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye guys.